All right, so I know you're out there looking into substance abuse treatment options, and you're diving deep into Elysian Counseling Center,
Right.
and you want to learn a little more about them.
Yeah.
They do this boutique approach
Uh-huh.
in Stuart, Florida.
Yeah. And that boutique approach really piques your interest, right?
Really? Yeah, it definitely caught my eye, too.
It suggests a move away from the
Yeah,
traditional, sometimes impersonal feel of those larger treatment centers.
For sure.
It hints at a more
Mhm.
personalized, intimate experience.
yeah.
Maybe even a touch of luxury, you know?
Totally. And you know what else I like about them? They tackle all those common anxieties.
Mhm.
Confidentiality, effectiveness,
Right.
the whole new environment thing. They just go right at it.
That's so
It's
important.
like they're saying, we get it, we understand,
Yeah.
we've been there, let's work through this together.
That's a crucial first step, for sure.
Yeah,
Acknowledging potential barriers right off the bat
yeah,
builds trust and makes taking that initial leap a little less daunting.
for sure.
It's about meeting you where you're at emotionally.
Okay, so let's unpack this holistic client-centered care concept.
Okay?
I know it sounds kind of textbooky,
Right.
but what it really means is they're not just treating the addiction.
Yeah.
They're looking at you.
The whole person.
Yeah, mental, emotional, and physical well-being.
Exactly.
The whole picture.
I think what's fascinating here is that shift from a purely symptom-focused approach
Right.
to a more comprehensive understanding of addiction.
Yeah.
They're acknowledging that substance abuse
Uh-huh.
often intertwines with other issues
Mm-hmm.
like mental health,
Yeah.
past traumas,
Right.
or even just the stress of daily life.
And they're really big on personalized treatment plans.
Yes.
This is not a one-size-fits-all program.
right.
They really want to tailor the treatment to your needs and goals.
That level of individualization is key.
Yeah.
It recognizes that everyone's journey with addiction and recovery is unique. What works for one person might not resonate with another.
For sure.
Elysian seemed to empower the individual,
Yeah.
giving them a voice in their own recovery process.
So they highlight two main services: substance abuse counseling and the Intensive Outpatient Program,
Okay?
or IOP for short.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they also mention dual diagnosis treatment and aftercare,
Yes.
which we can definitely explore further
Yeah.
if they're relevant to you.
Absolutely. But for now, let's focus on one of their core principles
Okay.
that really stood out to me.
Right.
Their commitment to recovery.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Most centers talk about helping you during treatment,
Right.
but Elysian emphasizes long-term support for lasting success.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that addiction is a chronic condition and recovery is an ongoing journey.
Right.
This principle speaks volumes about their dedication
Yeah.
to walking alongside you, even after the initial treatment phase.
Mhm.
It's about providing the tools and support needed for sustained sobriety.
And they don't just say it.
No, they don't.
They structure their entire team to reflect that commitment.
Right.
They've got top-notch expertise, master's level clinicians,
Mhm.
licensed mental health professionals,
Yes.
but then they have something you don't see everywhere.
Peer recovery specialists.
Yes.
Now, that's what piqued my interest.
right.
Peer support is gaining recognition as a game changer
Yeah,
in addiction treatment.
for sure.
It adds a layer of understanding and empathy that's truly unique.
These are people who have walked the path themselves.
Exactly.
They've been through addiction and come out the other side.
Mhm.
So they offer that relatable support
Yeah.
and a depth of understanding that a traditional clinician,
Right.
no matter how skilled, might not fully grasp.
It's about bridging that gap between clinical expertise
Right.
and lived experience.
Yeah.
Peer specialists can provide hope and encouragement
Mm-hmm.
based on their own journeys.
Mhm.
They understand the challenges,
Right.
the setbacks, the triumphs,
For sure.
and can guide you through the ups and downs of recovery
Yeah.
in a way that resonates on a deeper level.
And get this, Elysian is owned and operated by both professionals and peers in recovery.
Wow.
That's not just a talking point.
Yeah.
It's baked into their DNA.
That's a powerful statement.
Yeah.
It demonstrates a genuine understanding of the recovery journey
Hmm.
from both clinical and personal perspectives.
For sure.
It's about integrating lived experience into every level of the organization,
Yeah.
which is quite rare to see.
Absolutely. I mean, it really makes you think about the potential impact, right?
Yeah.
To have that kind of shared leadership guiding the entire treatment philosophy.
Absolutely.
It's not just about clinical protocols.
Right.
It's about a genuine understanding of the human journey behind recovery.
And, it aligns perfectly with their boutique approach. It's not just a fancy word.
Yeah.
It translates into tangible benefits for you.
Smaller group sizes.
Right.
More one-on-one attention from clinicians who really know your story.
Yeah.
And a supportive environment that feels less clinical and more like a community.
It really paints a picture.
Yeah.
And it makes sense.
Right.
They combine that personalized approach with the insights of people who've walked the walk.
Exactly.
Elysian is offering something truly different.
It's like they've taken the best aspects of traditional treatment, evidence-based therapies, licensed professionals, and infused it with the heart and soul of lived experience.
Okay, so I'm curious about the Intensive Outpatient Program.
Okay.
You mentioned it earlier,
Yeah.
and I know it's a popular option, but what makes Elysian's IOP stand out?
That's a great question. IOPs are designed for people who need more structure and support than
Right.
traditional outpatient therapy,
Right.
but who don't require 24/7 residential care. And what's interesting about Elysian's IOP is that they weave those peer recovery specialists into the program's fabric. So it's not just about attending therapy sessions, you're also connecting with people
Exactly.
who understand what you're going through on a personal level.
They can offer practical advice,
Yeah.
share coping mechanisms,
Right.
and even just be a source of strength and encouragement during those challenging moments. It's about fostering a sense of community and belonging,
Yeah.
which can be incredibly powerful in early recovery.
So they're really addressing that feeling of isolation
Precisely.
that a lot of people experience when they're struggling with addiction.
And the IOP format allows you to continue living your life, working, going to school,
Right.
being with family, while receiving intensive support.
Yeah.
It's a way to integrate recovery into your daily routine, which can lead to more sustainable long-term change.
We've talked a lot about the different elements of Elysian's approach,
Right.
but I want to bring it back to you for a moment.
Okay.
As you've been listening, what's resonated most with you? What aspects of their program feel particularly relevant to your situation?
For me, it's the emphasis on long-term support
Okay.
and the integration of peer recovery specialists.
Yeah.
The idea of having access to people who understand the nuances of addiction and recovery, who can provide ongoing guidance and encouragement,
Right.
is incredibly appealing.
Yeah.
It's that sense of not being alone in the journey, of having a community to lean on,
Right.
that really stands out.
And I think that's something a lot of people crave,
Yeah.
especially when they're facing such a personal and often challenging battle.
Absolutely.
It's about knowing that even after the formal treatment ends, you have a network of support
Right.
to help you navigate the ups and downs of life in recovery.
And it's not just about practical support.
Yeah.
It's about the emotional connection, the shared understanding, the feeling of being truly seen and heard
For sure.
by people who've walked a similar path.
It sounds like Elysian is creating a space where vulnerability is welcomed
Absolutely.
and where seeking help is seen as a sign of strength,
Yes.
not weakness.
It's about breaking down those barriers of shame and stigma
Right.
that often prevent people from reaching out for help in the first place.
Now, we've explored a lot about Elysian Counseling Center, their unique boutique approach, their focus on long-term recovery,
Right.
and the powerful role of peer support.
Yeah.
But as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with one final thought to consider. So we talked about Elysian, personalizing those treatment plans and bringing in that peer support.
Right.
But think about this.
Yeah.
How do you envision these aspects supporting your recovery journey? What clicks for you personally?
That's a powerful question.
Yeah.
We've gathered all this info about Elysian.
Right.
But the real magic happens when you apply it to your own life.
For sure.
It's a nudge to go beyond the surface and think deeply about what truly matters in your recovery.
Exactly. Knowledge is great, but action is where the transformation happens.
Yeah.
Taking that first step towards recovery can be scary.
For sure.
No doubt about it. But places like Elysian Counseling Center are changing the game.
Absolutely.
They're creating environments that feel safe, supportive, and empowering.
Yeah, it's a breath of fresh air, honestly.
Totally.
They're challenging those outdated notions of what addiction treatment should look like.
Right.
Elysian is proof that recovery can be a personalized journey,
Yeah.
tailored to individual needs and aspirations.
And that message of hope is crucial
Yes.
for anyone feeling lost or overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
It's a reminder that recovery is possible, and it doesn't have to fit into a one-size-fits-all box.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's about embracing the uniqueness of each person's struggle
Right.
and empowering them to actively participate in their own healing.
For sure.
That's where true lasting change comes from.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive on Elysian Counseling Center. We hope this info has been valuable as you explore your options.
Remember, recovery is a journey, not a destination.
Right.
Be kind to yourself, reach out for support,
Yeah.
and never forget you are not alone.
And hey, if this sparked any more questions, or you want to dig deeper into specific aspects, you know where to find us.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep diving deep.